So there are definitely advantages to having a smaller camper van. Things like being able to remain stealthy. You can't do that if you have a huge motorhome, or even a Sprinter van can be a bit of a giveaway. It's cheaper as well, cheaper to buy, cheaper to run, cheaper to fit out. So the first tip I think would be know what you're using it for. You know, when you're thinking about your fit out, the layout of inside the camper, what do you want to be fixed? You know, what do you want to be able to move around?
And also just know how you operate. Like if you're not the kind of person who's going to want to make the bed every day, if you just know that you'll end up just leaving it as a bed all day, then just build it as a bed. It doesn't need to turn into a lounge.
Another tip would be consider having access to water inside your camper van. I know it's a small space, but I managed to fit a little kitchen bench, kitchen sink in the back of my caddy, and I would be lost without it. I love that I can pull up anywhere and be able to obviously drink water, but also be able to wash my hands, wash my face, brush my teeth, you know, have a coffee, things like that. If you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, having access to water is pretty important.
Yeah, and it's a pretty straightforward setup too. Like it's not a lot of fancy plumbing or anything.
You can see footage of my sink setup and more about the layout of the van in our other video. One of the first things I bought before I even moved into the van was a portable power station. I really wanted to make sure I had access to power in my caddy, but I didn't want to have a whole setup where it's, you know, mounted solar panels and batteries and an inverter. There wasn't space for that in my layout. Another tip would be to have a portable toilet in your small camper van. I know that a lot of people don't bother. They don't have a bathroom or a toilet because you can just get access to, you know, if you're at a caravan park, obviously there are amenities blocks there. Rest stops, there are usually toilets. But for me, when I'm parked on a street somewhere and it's the middle of the night, I don't want to get out. And it also gives you the freedom too, if you do want to go away for a weekend or a bit longer to somewhere that's a bit out of the way. If you've got water, if you've got gas, if you've got a toilet, then you're kind of set for a few days. The caddy is not big enough for two people, not for a few days or a week or longer. So we bought an awning tent.
Just having the awning in general gives you a bit of extra space off your small camper van. And then when we got the awning tent, that closed it in completely, and then it became a whole room that we could use.
One of the things that I would change about the design of my camper is I've got little door handles on my cupboards and they poke out a bit and I really don't have that much space. So it would have been smarter if I had picked a different sort of system where there's either just a hole in the door where I can use it to pull it open and shut it, or the ring pull handle.
Yeah, something to consider and something you don't really think about until you're in there actually using it, because of course you just put in cabinetry and you just have a door handle on the cabinets.
So that would be one of my tips. Yeah, watch videos as well. I watch a lot of YouTube videos about different layouts and designs of people's camper vans.